Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Shots. And today I want to talk about pinching yourself off from source. And so what this actually means is when we want to manifest something in our lives, or we want more money, we want more abundance, we want more love, whatever it is that we're wanting more of, we have to flow the energy, and it has to emerge from us before it can sort of appear in our everyday life. And one of the things that we're sort of programmed to believe is that everything is outside of us and it comes to us, but that's the absolute opposite. And so what actually needs to come through you, how are you the channel of flow and abundance and love? And that's how, when you become that channel, you open up the world to everything that you desire. You know, the love manifests in your life, the money, the wealth, the abundance, like whatever it is, or just the flow, just that steady flow. So often we can say we really want wealth, but fail to see that we have a roof over our heads, we have warmth, when we're hot, when we're cold, we have like air conditioning. When we're hot, we have clothes on our backs. Like, you know, we forget the actual abundance that we are. But how can you be the most clear, beautiful flow and channel for what wants to emerge through you? Because these desires that you have are indicating not something that you got like a goal to work towards, but what wants to emerge from your soul. What's the next level of evolution? And so if you're desiring love, which is actually your soul is desiring to be a channel of love, to be a channel for love to flow through. And then it becomes reciprocal. Sorry about that. It becomes reciprocal. And then you start seeing the outside world reflect more love back to you, because you have become this clear channel. And so I'm going to give an example of myself yesterday and today. Like, there was two moments where it was very clear where I was pinching myself off from source. I was pinching myself off from the sources within to be resourced, to be sourced from within. And I was pinching off money, like the flow of money. And I was also pinching off love this morning. And so yesterday, I have this amount of money, and at the moment, because of my situation with my visa and stuff, it's not really possible for me to have more money flowing in through my business right now, just for the next couple of months or so. And so I have some money aside for that time, but I noticed I was sort of pinching it. Like I was holding back wanting to spend it. Like I felt like there was things I needed to spend it on, and they weren't things really necessarily for me. They were things for my son, for our household, for anything, you know. And I was kind of feeling grabby and sort of pinched off. Like I didn't want to spend that money. I wanted to hold on to it because out of fear. And that was a real sort of powerful lesson for me, was to just observe that and realize, like, every time I do that, I'm pinching the flow. I'm blocking the flow of abundance that flows through me. I have no idea how money will flow to me in these next 2 months. And while I live in fear that it won't, I am pinching off the source. While I am holding on to the money or not letting it go, then it becomes this fear and panic state, and it becomes a blockage. And so yesterday, I very purposely and very, intentionally, we went out, and I very purposely gave money. Like I paid for a meal, even though I was feeling like I couldn't afford to. I paid for my son and my partner to have a snack, and like it just, to allow that flow to come off, to stop pinching that and be aware of it and be compassionate with it. And the other thing was, this morning I woke up and my boyfriend had his back to me because he didn't like the bright light. We have a glass door to our bedroom. It's weird. And he had his back to me. And so I sort of felt defensive by that. And I tried to break through it because I felt like myself pinching off, and I put my arm around him. And then he kind of didn't respond, or he said something quite spiky, like, "Oh, you were talking in your sleep." And I immediately pinched myself up. I immediately held myself back and went into like a kind of spiky hurt thing myself. And I could feel it energetically. And so, my practice for the day then was to open back up to that love, to be the source of love, even if there was no love in my environment or not a safe space for me to be that, to be it anyway. And that's how you like open up your sources. Like, what wants to emerge through you? Where are you pinching yourself off? And it's really easy to tell. So that's all I've got for you today, because our 5 minutes is up. I love you. I will probably go into this deeper another time, but have a great day. Love you. Bye.
To find out more about how to work with me, then visit soulartbyshirley.com for art, commissions and courses. And if you love this podcast, please hit subscribe and leave a review. And if you take a screenshot of your review and email it to soulartbyshirley@gmail.com, I'll send you a radiant soul hypnosis as a thank you gift. Thank you for listening. I love you. Bye.